a little bit about our admissions process here at the Aveda Institutes. I'm really excited. My name is Dalton. You probably could see that, but I am part of the admissions team here at Aveda. So um, I really love helping people out with the admissions process and just kind of letting you know what that looks like. And I won't take too much of the time. I think we have like 15 minutes set aside for today to cover this topic. And then I think after me is financial aid with Kevin, who's also really great. And so I hope you guys get to get a lot of your questions answered. And of course, there'll be time for questions at the end as well in the chat feature. So I know we have people that are keep joining. It's like right at 2:30, so everyone's hopping on, I guess. So we'll give them just a second here to get all settled in before we jump too far into it. Hope everyone's having a good day today. I hope we can help it be a little bit better. Alrighty, so when it comes to admissions, just to get you guys started, I really wanted to just take some time to talk to you guys about what the admissions process looks like, what you can expect, what it's going to look like to tour the school, how to do that, and what we can talk about. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Um, with that, so just getting started, I want to say first, congratulations to everyone. The thing is, with admissions is that a lot of times people can be very, very intimidated and really nervous about the whole thing because they think it's maybe part of like an interview process, or maybe I'm not worth it. Maybe I'm not good enough to join the school, and that's really not the case. So just by you being here, having requested information, having joined this webinar today, shows that you are worth it. And we do want you here. You're welcome here. You're going to fit in here. And so I hope after today's presentation, you won't have to really have that nervousness, right? This really is the biggest step. I would say a majority of our students, the biggest step for them is just requesting information about the programs. And the thing is, I would say the problem mainly is when you're requesting information for the first time, you're doing it by yourself, right? You're sitting at home, you're on your phone, you're on your laptop or your tablet, and you're requesting information, whether it's on our website or via Facebook, Instagram, and you are making the choice on your own by yourself to request information, set a time, set aside time on your schedule, talking to admissions managers, all by yourself. But what I want to let you know is that from this point on, you won't be by yourself. Once you have expressed interest in the program and you're like, Aveda is a school for me, you will have someone who's going to assist you with the process from beginning to end, right? So this is the last time that you're going to really have to do something completely on your own. If you need assistance with financial aid or the applications process, anything like that, there are representatives, whether admissions or financial aid or directors on every campus who can assist you. So I don't want you to feel like you're ever going to be alone through this process. So as we get started on the presentation, hopefully you'll get to see that a little bit more. So congratulations with that. I always like to say when it comes to admissions at a school, don't necessarily think of it as like an interview of trying to get in, but rather both of us trying to determine if this is the best fit for you, right? So you have a lot of choices when it comes to a beauty school, and you guys probably know that we may be the first school you're looking at, and you may not. We may not be the first school that we're looking at. Um, and you've probably experienced some really great schools and maybe some not so good schools. And I always say at the end of the day, when you're choosing a school, to choose a school that you align with in terms of their mission and value. And for Aveda, we really value that commitment to being natural and holistic and taking care of the body as well as taking care of your beauty, right? And so if that's something that you can align with, then I definitely think Aveda is a great fit for you, and you should definitely take the next steps in the process. Now, what does that look like? Well, before I get like too far into it, the first thing I want to let you guys know is to reach out to the admissions manager on your campus. I'm going to be doing some very broad points today during this presentation, but to really get the most out of the admissions process, you're going to want to work with an admissions manager on the campus that you're most interested in. To find that out, if you haven't already, there is a resources tab actually on the event website. I think it's over to the left. Maybe not, sorry. But it'll say resources. Click it, and it's going to have not only some financial aid tips, but also a directory for all of our schools and representatives at those schools, financial aid and admissions. So if you have any questions or you're like super, super excited to start the process, that is a great place to start. Reach out to the campus that you're interested in, and I promise an admissions manager is there ready to help you, okay? But for some of you, you might still be a little bit nervous of what does that look like, right? What happens when I do book an appointment to visit the campus? Do I need to get dressed up? Do I need to fix my hair? Do I need to like put makeup on? What does all of that look like? It really shouldn't be anything that you need to stress about. The career planning session, that's what we call your first appointment, isn't a time for us to say, you can't come here or we don't want you here. It's a time for us to give you information about our programs and for you to ask questions about our program so that we can determine if this is the best fit for you. It's an opportunity for you to learn about all of our programs. Sometimes students tour for one program and then they realize, well, maybe this program would be a better fit, right? So that's like a really great opportunity for you to kind of experience different programs and schedules and everything on each of our campuses. So that's kind of what you can expect. More specifically, we're going to be looking at your goals, right? What is it you see yourself doing in the industry? What's your passion? What do you want to do? And how can we help you achieve that, right? At the end of the day, our goal as an admissions manager and ultimately as educators and anyone else on the school is to help you achieve your goals, right? And that can be really lofty, right? It can seem like a really hard thing, like, oh, I want to own a salon in X amount of years. But we have students who do that all the time, right? And we want to help you with that process. We want to give you the resources that you need in order to do that. And the first step is to simply visit us either virtually or in person on our campuses and meet with a financial aid manager. And meet with an admissions manager. And also, we can help you with financial aid. So that's another great thing that I love about the Aveda Institutes and something you may not find at every other school is that we're committed to helping you from the beginning to the end, right? It's not like we're going to tour you and then we're never going to talk to you again. We're going to tour you, and if that's what you're interested in, okay, let's talk about financial aid. We'll help you with that process. We're not going to let you run off and try to figure it out on your own. If you have questions, let's set up an appointment. Let's talk about it, right? So we can get a lot done during these appointments, and a lot of times students can complete their whole process in one appointment, which is really, really cool. And I know that with everything going on in the world, a lot of people are trying to limit how many places they're going, right? So you may only have to come to the Institute one time, or you could even do the whole thing virtually, depending on the campus. So we're really trying to make sure that you're able to start school in the safest and most comfortable way possible. We're also going to cover what you need document-wise. At the end of the day, we're a school, we have requirements. We're going to need, some identification documents, government documents, things like that to get you fully enrolled in the program, and we'll discuss that with you during that first appointment. Or you can reach out to your admissions manager on your campus to learn a little bit more about those requirements. They're nothing major, but just some things that we need as part of our admissions process. Now, we're also starting to offer some virtual classes. We like to put this in just so you guys know. We've been getting a lot of questions. How do you go to school during a pandemic, right? What is going on? And we've been lucky enough to actually utilize a system we've already been using for pretty much years now. We had a really great digital curriculum already woven into our curriculum, which was called Learn Aveda. And what it did is it allowed you to have access to cuts, colors, styling videos, study guides, lesson plans, from the comfort of your home, because our students get an iPad, and that's actually on the iPad is this new curriculum. So when we kind of transitioned digitally, we were already ready for it. And so because of that, a lot of our campuses are offering a kind of hybrid or virtual learning experience where your educator is actually live on campus sometimes, or live on camera, I should say, live on camera, demonstrating things, having lectures, things like that. So it's not an online program in the sense that you're always just watching recordings or read your textbook and take a quiz at the end of the week. You actually have an educator for your class that you can interact with. You can ask questions. You can show your work to them so they can make sure it's looking good, right? So we have been really innovative in that sense, and our students have been really, really thankful and excited about it. So let us know if you have any more questions on that, because it is a pretty innovative process. So a little bit on that as well. And that's basically it in terms of the presentation side of things. What I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure that we had time for any questions. so that if you have some questions, feel free to put them in the chat. There's like a little chat tool online. If you're on like your desktop, it should be like a little text box, and I think on your phone too. And so if you have any questions about the admissions process, like what does that look like? What does it look like to set up an appointment? How long is the admissions process? Maybe a question like that. I'll leave it open for any questions. And it's possible we may not have any questions because we covered everything, which is fine. And or you're already reaching out to an admissions manager on your campus to answer questions as well, which is totally fine. I would really encourage you to do that actually, if you're interested in the programs, to jump on and reach out to an admissions manager on your campus. Alrighty, so it does look like we have a question. So how long is the admissions process? That's a really good question. And like I said, it can be, I've seen admissions processes within a day, a week, sometimes longer, but it really just depends. So I'm going to give you a tip. If you're like, you know what, after today's webinars, I am super pumped. I want to get started as soon as possible. First of all, reach out to your admissions rep. Make sure you get something on the books so we can get you enrolled in one of the upcoming classes. But start thinking about some other documents. So like your ID, your birth certificate, your social security card, your proof of high school education. Those are like the big four. That's what I call like the big four documents, meaning we need those to make sure that you can fully enroll in our school. That's a really great place to start. If you have those and we get the financial aid process, there's no reason that we can't get you fully enrolled and registered within a week, sometimes even sooner. So that's just a little tip on the admissions process there. It's going to be equal parts, right? As the student, you're going to want to make sure you stay on top of your documents, and we're going to help you out as well. So if we kind of meet in the middle, we can definitely get it done really, really quickly, especially in some of our schools that have classes that start in like a week or two. We do still have maybe some minor spots left, and we'd love to get you in. Okay, another question is, how can I set up an appointment? That is a really great question. Just reaching out to an admissions manager is the best route. So go to the resources page. You'll see a list of the admissions reps on that campus. Give them a call. If they don't answer immediately, which they're on appointments a lot, so it may happen like that, go ahead and leave them a voicemail. Say, hey, I'm interested in your cosmetology program. I'm interested in your epidemiology program. I'd love to tour the campus. Just give me a call when you can, and we'll have an admissions rep reach out to you who can actually help you with that process and get you booked in either virtually or in person. So we are doing both, whatever you're comfortable with. If you are, sometimes I know some of you might be in high school or you're graduating soon from high school, get the process started as soon as you can, right? Visit the school. Even if you're a senior, maybe, and you're graduating next year or something, you can still get the process started. You can still start working on, your entrance essay, your letters of recommendation, things like that. So that way, when you're ready to enroll and you're like, for sure, I'm ready for September, we're going to, we'll have everything ready to go. So that's something to think about. Either way, it doesn't matter if you're a junior in high school, senior in high school, you can still visit and tour the campus and learn more about the program. Cool, really great questions, guys. Those were good ones. Alrighty. And there was a reminder that just went out on the chat for all of you. Hopefully you can see it, but it is about our financial aid presentation with Kevin that starts at 2:45, which is in 1 minute. So it's definitely still on the admissions section. So if you want the link, it's right there. Just click the link, and Kevin will take away for financial aid. Really, really great stuff that you'll learn from him. And we really, really hope to meet you soon. So as soon as you're ready, give us a call and we'd love to set up an appointment. Coolio? All right, everyone have a great day, guys.